It is officially Discovery Monday. Today we are trying out an app called Artboard. We talked about it in the past. I don't really know how to explain what it is. The description of a graphic motion design tool powered by automation. It's still not just that. I feel it's really animation motion design oriented. From what we can see on the landing page, as always, you get an interface that is extremely clean. It works like Figma. So you have the ability to be multiple people in the same file. You can do some mockup design, do some graphic design, some motion design, edit videos, photo editor, audio editor. It's basically an all-in-one motion design After Effects in your browser type of thing. Currently, they just added the AI generation thing, which I haven't tried, and now have templates. If you have no fucking clue what to do, you have templates. That's pretty cool. I do feel it could be really useful for an app. This one. Let's dive in. So, like always, we're starting. What can we see? On the left side, you have your project branding components. You have the help center in the center. You have a big button to create a new project. You can change your profile or team member. New project here again. You have a big redundancy where you can click to create new projects and change the list view. Really simple. Let's create a new project, see how it is inside. You are prompted with the first model that gives you a hint. You have templates. Then you can start and define the format of your file. If you have files, you can upload them. Before I say create artboard, which I think will do the exact same thing, just from what we can see for the background, we have tools at two different stages. We have item, layers, magic tool, which I'm guessing is going to be some AI stuff, your cursor, your artboards, your shapes, text, buttons, tool, pencil, data source, if you have a database somewhere, folder or assets, your smart object, interesting, wrap, transform, perspective transform, remove BG, mask, pathfinder, motion or blend, typewriter animation, and animated path. A hint to tell me that I need to upgrade to pro, background color. I click plus. Now I have that. Similar to the behavior of Framer, we have a bar at the top with things. Let's add an item. We can have mockups. We can have templates, stock photo, stock video, marketplace. Let's use a template. I don't know if they have such button for me, but maybe they want me to upgrade to get access to that. Or can I just... That's interesting. The screen is underneath, which I'm guessing if I were to add a shape here, yeah, it goes there directly. That's pretty... It works the same way as the usual thing in Photoshop. The only difference is right now I have the fucking Artboard.Studio watermark on top of it, which makes sense. And this is some sort of a new icon. Never seen that before. Related to the mockups. The watermark itself is smaller than the frame in which it's located. That kind of makes no sense to me. It's sad that it's a please pay us type of situation. I wish it wasn't. I also wish there would be free versions of templates and mockups shit, just so that we can explore. Then it's basically a tool like Figma. Can I copy paste from Figma to here? Yes, I can. Good to know. The way that the pen tool works is not exactly the same as it works in other tools. I am currently not really happy with how it behaves. Oh yeah, the pen tool is really weird. Good to know. If I had that, I can easily create some sort of a mockup. Let's change the background for something a tad bit darker, still green. That's for the technical illustrative behavior. I think we're good. You have the magic tool, which is the AI things, which we are not going to use because it's paid. You have the old, which is what we have right there. Then shapes. Let me just do some text. Interesting behavior in the overall way that these things work. The dot on the right side is defining the size of the text, but you can resize the text box. It's weird. That's all I will say. I want to see if we can start animating. It is that easy. Basically, right now, I did nothing, but it will just do that. I want to know if I can animate the conical shape. Okay. Very simple animation. I'm not gonna lie on this one, but so far, the shape, the continuity, once I have the keyframe selected, I can define that I want the thing to be cubic easy enough in out, where we should have something a bit more smooth in the transition. It's pretty neat. In the small amount of time that I just experimented, impressed with the positioning, what we can do, just by clicking on the start animating button, moving anything in frame, I'm getting keyframes automatically generated for me me to make sure that things make sense. If, for example, I was to decide that this block, the rotation of the angle right now, the shape here, then around there to have the shape there, it has a position, an angle, it feels it's moving up. It seems really intuitive. Going back to the other tools that we have tested in the past, the intuitiveness of the UI from an animation point of view compared to Rive, for example, is way ahead. The easiness of animating things is close to what we've seen in Modify. Modify was just select an effect, click animate, and as soon as you touch a value, we will animate that value specifically based on the curve that you have selected. Just really simple. Here, it's the same thing. For example, if I had an ellipse right here, let's say that this is, I don't know, it will be a sphere later. I wanted to decide that this element is going to be moving with the floor, right? We make that move up. I can have the same values. Let's see if I can expand things. My idea right now is to potentially create some sort of ball effect on that element. The easiest thing to do is to do a radial gradient. I'm going to take the background color for that to be more spherical, and I don't think I can stack fields, at least I visually can't. Let's see if I can add a points. Yes, I can. Let's make that pure bright white. The transition in between them is pretty good. The last one is going to be somehow a fall off close to this, trying to get a bit closer. That's pretty okay for me. Have a good movement right there. The thing that we need to have right now is a secondary ellipse that will act as the shadow. Let's do rotation, shrink, position, probably shrink this way. And now all of these things, oh god damn it, the height is also a thing there, are gonna be cubic. We are good. And now this one is gonna need to be framed, obviously. Height is this. No, if I do command Z, it doesn't stop listening. While I'm recording, I can't reverse something. If I command Z, it doesn't get out of recording. That's annoying. Does that look okay? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The only thing that I'm missing right now is a blur effect to add to the shadow itself, that we have a bit more full off. But other than that, it's great. Yeah. In no time, you get, let's see if I can do this instead. 3 seconds. I can loop it, apparently. Yeah. But we can see the animation, all that shit. I can zoom in. So the Figma graphical design abilities of this tool, great. My ability to manage a timeline really effectively with precision is great. Then the only thing that is a bit complicated for me to grasp is, also because I just opened the thing 30 minutes ago, is the fact that I need to always be in record animation to do something meaningful to the elements. I can't, or at least it doesn't look like I can, be in 0.0, not record, whatever, do something, then apply, add keyframe. That's usually what we have on After Effects. It is interesting. Oh, sorry, I just saw the transform effect. That's fun. In no time, you can create some interesting animations. Just delete, but we want to have a bouncy ball with something a bit more clean. Let's make it a bit bigger, shall we? Right, you have that. It's starting there. In a second, it's going to be somewhere around here. Damn it, and squished. Yeah, see what I was saying? It's not gonna work. Technically around here, supposed to see that happen, the start. Right, something, this is the base. Then from here to here, it's gonna be expanding back to 330, 536. Let's do 540 because that's easy. And then after it's supposed to move back up. I may have moved it too fast. It's still squished. Still is squished here. Yep, let's reset these. Can I do that? No, I can't. The Command Z is really annoying. I am not gonna lie. Yeah, the Command Z on the positioning definition of things should work, but it doesn't. That's bad. Now that I have my base bounce, then what needs is this. About here, we have a definition of the size that is gonna be squished and repositioned. around and wish I could do that, but I can't apparently. Can I copy paste? It's always good to know. I can. Nonetheless, what we know is that the kinetic energy in between this one, the first hit, is supposed to be faster, slow. It's an easing that is gonna need somehow something this, right? I need to go fast. Then this one is the opposite. These two are gonna be, yeah, for the technically they could be the same. No, they can't be the same. I'm gonna do that. And then this one is gonna be the opposite, which should be the opposite. It's gonna bounce faster. Let's see. Just the end is weird, but that initial push, which apparently break the website, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna spend an hour on trying to make a bouncy ball. The other thing that I am interested is the HTML export, because if the animation is limited because of the CSS export animation, then that is interesting. Let's see what it gives me. If it gives me something, it gives me this. It's not much. It has a wrapper, which I don't know why, but whatever. Can I save that? Yep, don't worry. It's an SVG thing. It gives me some transform. I don't know if it's keyframes. It doesn't seem to be because of how things are right there. I do not have the animation though. Yep, there is no animation going. It could be a paid feature. The export, I don't see any CSS animation exports, nor do I see any specifics for the exports other than the export high res resolution, but that's about it. I do the Figma plugin access, but I'm gonna say that now, which I haven't said anything about it. This tool is new, a year and a half, 2 years new. It's been in beta for a long time. I'm expecting them to give us the ability to export things with HTML and animations through the export later. It's just for now not available. It's not an issue. It would be better if it was an option, but I don't mind if that comes later. Let me just express my thought. Really powerful tool, really useful. Knowing how easy it is to grasp the basics of the vector-based creation. If you are using Figma or Sketch, you would be at home. If you're using Illustrator, you might lose a lot of functionalities that you're used to use. The UI is amazing. The animations options are extremely easy to put in place. As we've done in the beginning, we've had that rotating effect that is first applied to the angular gradients that rotates, and then the sphere that was on top of that surface is just moving alongside. That was really simple, really easy. You just have to remember to start animating, to start the record animation thing every time you want to move something. Other than that, it is really simple. Some of the things that I feel are not really making sense are the Command Z that doesn't work as a Command Z expectation type behavior. It doesn't visually do anything. Sometimes it doesn't Command Z at all. That's sad. The fact that you need to remember to click on record to get your data recorded, well, that's annoying. Other than that, great tool. Yeah, moving on.